everyone, today's topic is space exploration. Let's start at, what is space exploration? How would you describe it in your own words? By definition, it is the investigation, crewed or uncrewed spacecraft of the universe beyond Earth's atmosphere, and the use of information to increase knowledge of the cosmos and benefit humanity. It is broken down into 4 categories: flyby, orbiter, rover, and human space exploration. Space exploration started when the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite into space named Sputnik 1 on October 4th, 1957, and proved we could send technology into space. Then on April 12th, 1961, Yuri Gagarin was launched into space for one orbit journey around Earth. This flight proved humans could travel to space and safely return. Now, it was a matter of pushing the boundaries. Within 10 years, American astronauts walked on the moon with Apollo 11 crew members Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Space station satellites and new spacecraft started being created to explore and discover this new frontier. From Soviet space stations to the US Skylab, all the way to more modern space shuttles, and even the completion of the International Space Station in 2011. And now, thanks to companies like SpaceX, there are space launches happening almost weekly. Down below, I'm going to link a launch schedule so you can watch the next launch live. With all this progress, eyes have been set on a larger goal: a colony on the moon, and eventually, a colony on Mars. There is far too much history about space exploration to cover in just one video, so down below, I'm going to link to more information about space exploration. What we're going to be doing on the check-in is we're going to be checking in where you're at on your Mars rover design. Now, if you weren't a part of the call last week, that's okay. What we're going to start today is start looking at designs for different rovers that are currently on Mars or have been launched to Mars. And then we're going to get into how they work and breaking them down into making our very own versions. Now, when I was in elementary school, I remember they launched Opportunity to Mars, and it picked up the name OPI. So OPI, or Opportunity, was scheduled to be on Mars and function for only 90 days. But OPI discovered something unique. OPI discovered that there were windstorms and dust storms on Mars. And what happened was every time a windstorm came along, it would clear Opportunity's solar panels, allowing it to recharge. And OPI kept going for 14 years. Until eventually, a large enough dust storm came along, covered its solar panels, and unfortunately buried OPI. Then, more recently, the Curiosity rover was launched to Mars, and to solve the problem from having solar panels and being covered with dust, they just put what is basically a nuclear reactor on the back of the rover. Now, something that they knew about Mars was Mars rocks are extremely sharp, so they had to design wheels that were highly resistant to these rocks. And even then, the rocks still were able to puncture through these wheels. I mean, look at these pictures of the wheels of Curiosity. When they're having Curiosity navigate a rough terrain on Mars, they actually had to tell Curiosity to drive in reverse because the wheels were so damaged on the front side. So they had to turn Curiosity around and drive it backwards, so that way the rear wheels became the front wheels. And just more recently, they successfully launched Perseverance towards Mars, which is similar in build to your Curiosity, but has a very different mission. Once it gets to Mars, it'll begin its mission, and we will start to watch Perseverance's progress with great interest. If you were to design a rover, what mission would you give it? Every rover and everything sent into space is sent up with a reason, with a purpose. What would your purpose be? Would it be to discover alien life? Discover water on Mars? What would you design your rover to look for? Keep that in mind when making your rover. If it's looking for water on Mars, maybe you need a drill on it so it can drill into the surface and look for water molecules or look for ancient waterways. Or how would you discover alien life with a rover? What would you do? Now, rovers and landers haven't been limited to just the moon and Mars. We've also successfully landed devices on Venus and Titan. Now, the Venus lander only lasted a couple minutes before the heat was so intense it broke the instruments inside. They were able to capture a picture. Check this out. This picture right here is what the Venus lander saw before its signal ultimately cut out. Now, what's very exciting is not only are there space launches happening almost weekly, but there's also missions planned to go back to the moon, and in our lifetime, we're gonna see astronauts land on Mars for the very first time. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. I've been James Boyce, your STEM choice for the day. I will see you guys in the Zoom call. Jump on the Tinkercad and get started with making a very rough design, or get a piece of paper out and pencil and sketch out what you want your rover to look like and decide for the Zoom call what mission do you want your rover to complete. I've been James Boyce, your STEM choice, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.